My collection of earphones is getting really obscene. I no longer really have space for them. That's what she said. Okay, so I know that's a bad joke. Welcome to Super Chong's Super Audio Show. Today we have an ultra fresh earphone from NF Audio. They are brand new RA15. For those of you who do not know NF Audio, they have been around since 2014, but they have been largely a brand that sells in the Chinese domestic market, only recently expanding internationally. The RA15 is their latest sub $100 IEM, and let's see if they can kick up a storm. Unboxing. I admire NF Audio's commitment to ensuring that all their IEMs provide a complete experience. They take packaging very seriously, and the RA15 is really no different. The front of the box has renders of the RA15 decorated with tasteful typography and imagery. Someone has been keeping their branding on point. At the back of the box, NF highlights the features of the RA15, including a metal chassis, 0.78 silver-plated copper cable, interchangeable nozzles, and a cool dual magnetic dual cavity dynamic driver. Opening the box, you find a circular platform clearly inspired by vinyl records holding the RA15 in place. Under that, you have a bunch of NF Audio's very own MS42 ear tips. These ear tips are extremely underrated. I found them to be a beautifully balanced set in terms of tone. Below that, you have a soft carrying case with the interchangeable nozzles inside it. Build quality holding the RA15, my first impression is that these IEMs are pretty dense and feels really solid. They certainly exude quality beyond the sub $100 price point. What I admire about NF Audio is their consistency in branding. This is most evident on the faceplate. Rather than doing some random resin, NF Audio has subtly incorporated their guitar pick motif into it, resembling a guitar pick. Comfort is also a priority in their design. They feature an elevated section where the nozzle comes out from, ensuring a deeper insertion while maintaining great levels of comfort. The chassis finishing is a rough sandblast prior to anodization, creating a grainier sort of finish that is more unique compared to fine sandblasting, which will typically result in a more common satin-like finish. Inside the RA15 is a single dynamic driver that features a double cavity and dual magnets to ensure excellent transients. One question that some of you might ask is whether the protruded 2-pin female socket is a QDC 2-pin socket. The answer is no, it isn't. It has normal polarity, so all your third-party 2-pin cables will fit just fine. In my experience, they perform well. The benefit of such a design is that it allows for a smaller chassis, which will be more comfortable for many. The cable is a silver-plated copper cable with a splitter featuring the same guitar pick motif in the center. Keeping with the excellent branding, it is terminated to a 3.5mm jack. Lastly, the MS42 ear tips are excellent. They are extremely comfortable with a balanced tone profile that will be suitable for many earphones. I found them pretty neutral and able to maintain the tonal color of your earphones. Sound. NF Audio has a history of creating high-resolution earphones, and the RA15 is no different. This is one for connoisseurs of resolution, for people who want to hear every nuance in voices and crisp instruments. What is cool about the RA15 is that NF Audio gives you two flavors this time around through different nozzles, a stainless steel one for more brilliance and a brass nozzle for a tad bit more warmth. The graph shown here depicts the difference in both nozzles. I would classify the tone of the RA15 as a V-shape with elevated treble, which is a great platform for tuning a pair that features great resolution while balancing out with enough bass for a full-bodied listen. Tonally, the RA15 is a natural warm pair that leans closer to natural than warm. The equipment used for this review includes a Lotu Pogo Touch and a Luxury and Precision W4. The brass nozzle is used mainly for this review. I found that they do lean a little bright with the stainless steel nozzle on. So let's start off with bass. Bass on the RA15 is fast and full sounding with the signature hallmark of their tuning, great levels of resolution. It also extends quite low, sub-bass is well extended and rendered with great nuances. It transitions quite linearly to the mid-bass and avoids the current meta of having a scooped out mid-bass section. This allows the RA15 to sound dynamic and provide excitement to the entire sonicscape. Bass transients is fast, which helps with the overall perception of resolution. Bass quantity is more than sufficient, allowing for an excellent balance of dynamics. Mid-range. The mid-range on the RA15 has a slight emphasis on the upper mids, creating a signature that favors female vocals. Listening to Taylor Swift sounds pretty awesome. Resolution here is stunning, and the best part is that you're getting this at a sub $100 price point. Taylor's voice holds so much micro nuances, and that is just beautiful. Male vocals are no slouch either. Not as optimized as female vocals, but still darn good. Male vocals usually benefit from more lower mids. It is sufficient here, and on the whole, I still think that they render them pretty beautifully. Instruments are crisp and clear, and as you guys might want me to say, they sound much more than they cost. Tonal weight for the RA15 is natural warm, but leaning much closer to natural than warm. Next up, let's talk about treble. Treble extends naturally on the RA15 and is beautifully rendered by the brass nozzle. With the stainless steel nozzle, it can be a little much, but the brass nozzle offers treble rendering that is beyond acceptable for the price. I found that the extension to be excellent and appealing, providing good amounts of air that results in a spacious listen. It isn't sibilant either. I like how it makes the rest of the frequencies pretty crisp, adding to the perception of great resolution. Soundstage, considering the price, the width and height of the RA15 are great, akin to that of a concert hall. When it comes to depth and positioning, fantastic depth is rendered here from the well-controlled dynamics. This synergizes well with pinpoint positioning, making orchestras amazing to listen to. A review is meaningless if I do not compare to some other earphones. So first up, versus the Dunu Titan S2. The Dunu Titan S2 competes directly with the RA15 in terms of price. Chassis-wise, Dunu has opted for a more blink approach with shiny surfaces. I can see how folks would love these. Sound-wise, the Titan S2 is pretty much Harman to a T. It is decent but not exciting. Resolution here is just passable. The RA15 have a more exciting signature with resolution that outclasses that of the Titan S2. Next up, versus the Simgot EA500LM. The EA500LM was the darling of 2023, and really for good reason. It features elevated upper mids that is paired with very good resolution. In a way, I can see the RA15 being rather similar to the EA500LM, as both share similar characteristics. However, if you are considering between these two in 2024, do note that the RA15 comes with the amazing MS42 ear tips, which are ahead of what Simgot supplies. Both the RA15 and EA500LM share resolution beyond its asking price, paired with an exciting yet agreeable signature. Next up, let's talk about some things that I like and dislike about the RA15. So what I like about the RA15 is that they feature tremendous build quality from a brand that takes note of all the little nuances from production. The RA15 is a work of love, from the packaging to the ear tips to the earphones themselves. They have also done a tremendous job with the sonic tuning. Next up, some things that I do not like about the RA15. So the stainless steel nozzle is honestly a little bit too bright. It would be more meaningful if they instead provided a tuning that featured a darker sound to complement the brass nozzle better. Next up, ratings. For the quality of bass afforded by the RA15 that blends dynamics and resolution with such good finesse, they score an excellent and respectable 7.5. Mid-range is stellar with tremendous female vocal performance and distinct instrument rendering, with male vocals still being rather good, earning an excellent 7.5. Treble here is natural and well extended and paired with great resolution, and the best part about it is actually also really rather airy, so I'll give it a very strong score of 7.5 as well. I know I might be a little wax lyrical when it comes to the levels of resolution, but it is amazing for the price, so resolution scores an 8. Soundstage is also convincing and pretty wide. I would give it a solid 7. Next up, probably the most important thing in my ranking system is the enjoyment factor. This takes into account how much I enjoy these, and really for the RA15, they get a very solid A. So in conclusion, if you're looking for a pair of earphones that over-delivers on resolution, you need not look further. The NF Audio RA15 delivers amazing details at its asking price and is easily quite a no-brainer. I hope you guys liked this week's episode of the Superchunk Super Audio Show. Hope you guys like the new rating format and hope it will be a bit more exciting and interesting. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. By the time you're watching this, I am probably holidaying in Shenzhen, Hong Kong. I'm not sure where I'll be, but yeah, it'll be a good time. If you guys are there, do drop by to say hi. I'll be very happy to meet you guys. With that said, I hope to see you guys soon.